Hello everyone and welcome to another trade with the Day Trader Survivor. GNFT is a stock that's already 26% up, and that's after a big crash considering. It's reached all the way to 555, and I'm looking to see if I can get a reversal. Now we are 8 minutes before the opening of the day. Just put the resistance so I can see exactly where it's supposed to be. And the resistance is in 485, and I can see that it's going down and going down. And again, I'm not going to enter before the pre-market, before the market opens. Right now I'm looking to see that it's going to reversal all the way to 510, and again the 485 is kind of a mark. Okay, we're going to start in a few seconds. We are in. If it's not really breaking the 485, I will want to enter. So I'm making my partials ready, my first partial, but it's fighting there, which is really interesting. Again, if it's not stable below this resistance, I think a reversal will be good. Yeah, I'm going to move my entrance to be the 5. It's going to be an aggressive one, it's going to be a short one. But if I'm going to do that, and if it's going to continue and break down, I'm going to leave this trade alone. But if it's going to continue down, there is enough space for me to take my partial one before the VWAP, which is 515. If I'm going into the 5, which can be a good thing. Right now it's not really moving. Which might be a good, might be a bad, I don't know. It's kinda hold. So it's small movements, and if it's small movements, I'm feeling better and better, and to move my entrance to be in the 5. Let me correct everything. Now this trade is live speed. Okay, so that's exactly the speed that I'm seeing when I'm trading. It's not accelerated, not anything, it's real speed. And you can see that I'm taking my time when I'm changing the command just to make sure that I'm doing it correctly. Again, it's not really moving. I'm correcting my partial one as well. I'm not submitting anything yet, I'm just preparing. Let me put my partial 2 ready as well. I don't know why, but I'm thinking it's better to be prepared. Okay, as you can see, it's not submitted yet, it's just in my local program waiting. That's pretty much it. Okay, so kind of have to go to the bathroom for a few minutes, and I left to go to the bathroom because I couldn't hold myself, and I don't see that trade starting in the next 3, 5, 10 minutes even. So I kind of jumped out. Just to give you a reference, right now I'm in the bathroom. What you're seeing is recorded that continuing when I'm not near the computer. And I did a mistake here. I left the command open without a break, without a stop. Okay, which is kind of mandatory for me. I could have changed it and put the stop as well. I did not. Okay, and it's building up. Now that I can tell you now, I did not saw it when I was not near the computer. Okay, I did enter. Now I'm still not near the computer, which is a big problem. And I don't see what's going on. So I have a trade on without protections, without supervising. It's really bad. I just returned. I saw that it's in 510. I just submitted my first partial, and what I'm doing is kind of panicking, and the first thing that I'm doing is putting my stop just to make sure that I'm safe. Just want to see that it's kind of not jumping back. Okay, and I have a stop in the system protecting me if something go really bad. Okay, so I got partial one, not completely. It's still only 138 out of 400. I want to change. Now I got the full 400. I want to change my stop. Now what I did not saw in the background is I could have got partial 2 as well. I did not submit it yet. I'm just fixing my stop to be on the entrance. Now I saw it, and what I did is just submit my partial 2. It might be too late, but I did got it. So now I got partial 1 and partial 2. I just update my stop to be the right amount that I have left, and I'm preparing partial 3. Why? Because if it's continuing, I want the partial 3. And that's pretty much it. I'm going to take partial 1, 2, and 3 and let the trade ride as much as I can. So my stop is in my entrance, and I have nothing to lose after it. And I got partial 3. That's amazing. Now it's like 5 minutes into the trade. One of the fastest day that I saw till now. Just update my stop again. Now, I'm not going to move anything. Now it's going to grow or going to stop here, but I already got my money out, so there is no rush. Now look at this movement. It's kind of amazing. It's kind of speeding up and stopping, speeding up and stopping, which is kind of hard to describe. You can see I started with 800 and already 100 shares left, and I took my money out, and that was fast. Think lightning fast. I was not able to submit the commands fast enough to actually take the money. I'm in normal trade, I might have lost partial 2. And if I've been in the bathroom for a few more minutes, I might even missed all of them. Maybe partial 1, that's pretty much all. But that could be a risky trade. Comment to myself: never leave to the bathroom with an open command, whatever you're going to do. Now the lines that you're seeing in the graphs, which is 532 and 544, is actually resistance in prior days. So those points I should see some kind of resistance. Consider how the the stock handled itself in the past. I don't know if it's going to happen or not, but in any case, I'm always considering those paths. So the first partial I took was the VWAP, the second one was the first resistance, and the third one was the half number. You can see that it's tested the second resistance and crash for now, and it might be a test stop, which would be good for me, meaning it's going to test it and go again and then break it out, which it's common. It might not. It might finish here and saying, okay, I did what I needed to do, and that's pretty much all. And that's the reason my stop is right now on the entrance. Okay, if it's finished the day here, I'm going to tell it thank you and close the trade. It's amazing that this stock actually moved from the 504 that I entered, which was a gap, all the way to 549, which is the last partial that I took, in one candle, basically in 5 minutes. You can see the 2 minutes, so it's 5 minutes from the entrance until I got partial 3. 5 minutes, and that was this trade until now. I wish all my trades were that way, but too risky. I don't like big movement and fast, because that can bite you. That can go in the other direction and my account can get a big hit, which I don't like. But it's looking, if it's going to break the 530 again, it could be an amazing trade. If it's going to break the 530, it's going to test the 560. Come on. The only reason I'm babysitting this trade right now is because it's 9:45, which is still early. If it's going to continue that way in 10 a.m., I'm going to leave the stop and kind of take a break, drive home, and going to leave this trade to do whatever it needs to do. But we are still only like 8 minutes into the trade, 5 minutes into the trade, so there is no rush. And it's looking interesting. I really want to see where it's going. Okay, 30, that's looking good. Let it break in the 30 and then it can run. See, it's building a reversal, which is a nice one, but it has to break and be stable over the 530. Now if it's breaking down the 510, in the other hand, this trade is a bust. You can see that it's creating a narrow range that it can move between the 530 and the 510. Any movement outside of this range will indicate where the stock is going. And because the 5 minutes started to be really bad, I'm going to make sure that I'm not going to give this stock even a small movement that I don't need to. So 504 is my stop, and I'm out. Got it in 502. And I finished the day with $131 profit, which is amazing considering that the full trade was 8 minutes. and it's continuing. It broke down to 5, and I would out anyway. So it was a good and fast trade. I should not go to the bathroom. But yeah, I took what I could from the trade and I'm out. And there is nothing I could have done after those 5 minutes. So I'm good with the trade. It was exactly what needed, and that's pretty much all. So thank you for watching. Join me by comment and subscribe, and see you in the next one.